Assalamu alaikum, Sheherzade. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I am good. How are you doing in this quarantine? And what are you doing in this quarantine?
I'm doing well. I'm doing different things, working on some content, and then I have my hobbies and then things I want to improve, working out, cooking, just regular stuff that everyone's doing. What
Ah,
about
because
you?
I saw the video in which you were giving lessons about Pilates.
Yeah,
So have you learned it or like you just practicing it yourself?
I am a certified Pilates instructor as well.
Okay, what is that thing that you cannot do?
There's a lot that I can't do, but I actually got certified after I graduated because fitness was a huge part of my life at LUMS. And I decided, if I like it so much, why not just get certified so that I can, help other people as well. So, yeah.
Well, that is actually great. And Sheherzade, you did something in politics, right?
Yeah.
You
Political
did
science.
political science. Yeah,
Yeah.
political sciences. And how would you explain your work which interrogates the interplay of gender and politics in contemporary Pakistani society? Like that is something quite complicated.
No, I don't think so at all. I think generally everything we do is political in some sort of way. And I feel like, for instance, if you look at my character of Baji, it's satire, right? And the things that she's commenting on, for instance, if you look at this one video in which she's talking about how people have double standards and how, like,
Yeah,
judge people who can't talk in English. So that is a societal issue, and that is political to an extent because it sheds light on how, people who have more economic power, they have English as their, natural mother tongue. I mean, they don't speak Urdu as much. So how language is also power, especially in Pakistan. So it's like taking a complicated thing like that and making it very simple through comedy to help people understand as well.
right. Okay. So that's a question which I actually want to ask you. How did you come up with that character Baji? Because now when that character came in, that came on 25th of November 2018, as long as I remember. That was the first video when you uploaded.
Okay.
So
And I didn't know that.
so how did you come up with that idea? Because now that character has become your identity, along with a lot of things that you do. So how did you come up with that idea? Because that is the character, honestly, I love.
Thank you so much. So that character I made when I was 8 years old, and it's something that I just did like a funny thing. It was just something that I did for my family and my friends, and I never thought much about it. Like, that I didn't know people would like it and stuff. So actually, my brother is the one who made me make an Instagram and put this character up. He was like, "नहीं ये बहुत funny है, तुम्हें समझ नहीं आती." Because the only time that I started performing in front of people was stand-up comedy shows where मैं Baji Bombastic का character करती थी. It was never on the internet. So I think because of him, I put it online. But actually, the character has been there for years. And it's been changing. पहले बाजी की आवाज deep होती थी, फिर मैंने high pitched कर दी. So like just something that's always been there. She's been there
Yeah,
with
because
me.
the way she says, "Hello everyone, this is Baji," and the way she says Baji, it's like, oh my god, she's doing a lot of things right now.
Yeah, she's quite a person.
Yeah. So Sheherzad, what's firstly, what's your name? It's Sheherzadi, Sheherzad.
Sheherzade, and a lot of people mispronounce it, so I don't correct them anymore. जब मैं लम्स में थी तो जो गार्ड्स थे उनके साथ ऑब्वियसली जान पहचान थी तो वो मुझे शहजाद कहते थे एंड आई यूज्ड टू से नहीं शहजाद लड़कों का नाम होता है they're like नहीं नहीं शहजाद लड़कियों का नाम भी हो सकता है so they used to call me शहजाद and I was like okay fine ठीक है.
Okay. So Sheherzad, you are a comedian, and being a humorous speaker like myself, I know that how important it is for us to make people laugh. But what happens when they don't laugh? How do you deal with that? What's your reaction when they don't laugh?
Honestly, it really doesn't make a difference to me if they laugh or if they don't laugh,
Seriously.
because yeah, because I have to enjoy what I'm doing. If I'm having fun, everything else is like a plus point, you know. Even initially when I was uploading videos, not a lot of people were watching them, but I didn't care. So I mean, it's great that people laugh, but I'm not upset if they don't. Like, that's up to them, you know. So
Okay, because like I remember that when I was on the stage and I had to deliver a humorous speech, and sometimes there were points when people don't used to laugh. Like they're like, okay, standing, like staying still and like blank face. और मुझे पसीना आ जाया करता था. I used to tremble on stage कि हंस क्यों नहीं रहे हैं? I am standing here and I am supposed to make them laugh.
अगर ये हो तो मैं फिर ऑडियंस का मजाक उड़ाने लग जाती हूँ. Like if I'm at a live show and people aren't laughing, then I just start making fun of them. And once actually 3 people, they were leaving our show. Like it was really packed and जगह भी नहीं थी. So these 3 men, they got up and they were trying to leave, but it was so crowded कि उन्हें time लग रहा था चलते हुए. So I started making fun of them and how they were leaving and stuff like that. And they were laughing and getting really uncomfortable. And then few months later, I was auditioning for a play, and my director turned out to be one of those 3 men who was leaving. And he was like, "You made fun of me." And I was like, "No, it was just a joke." So
So okay, Noor, we are constantly struggling in like every day we are struggling. But I want to know that which of your struggle has positively shaped you as a person and as a woman?
I think one struggle would be accepting change. Like I think that in life, so many things, at least in my life, things have changed a lot. And I think that just going with the flow and accepting things. For instance, I'll give you an example. So 3 years ago I got injured, like I got a spinal injury, and that was very sudden. And for me, like I loved going to the gym, and that was my, you know, my stress reliever, that was my me time. So I was just like, you know, how will I deal with this? So that was something, you know, being in constant pain. I was in constant pain all the time. I couldn't sit, like classes में मैं hall में पीछे खड़ी हुई होती थी, या मैं बस walk कर रही होती थी. Like I used to ask my instructor if I could just stand at the back and write my notes. So that was something that was, you know, accepting that I had that injury and then trying to make the most of it. That was something. So I think accepting change and making the most of it, that's something that's really shaped who I am and continues to do so. Because one thing I'd like to say is कि जब हमारी life में कोई discomfort आए या something changes, we're just like नहीं, we don't want it to be like this. अगर ऐसे होता तो मैं खुश होती. But that's the thing. If you don't accept what is happening, you will be unhappy. The second you accept the situation, that's when you'll be happy. So I think that's something. It's the acceptance is the hardest thing to do, but once you do it, it makes your life easier.
Well, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. So, okay, Noor, you are a woman, and you are a woman who actually is a comedian. So you must have faced a lot of criticism at some point in your life. So how do you deal with that criticism, with that pressure?
So one thing that I'll say is that I'm very lucky to belong to a family that has never opposed any of my dreams. Like they've always supported me. So I think I'm very privileged in that way, that a lot
Yeah.
of Pakistani women don't have the opportunity to pursue the arts the way I have. So I'm very lucky. But yes, I mean, I have faced criticism online from people. But the thing is, कि honestly, what this एक होती है criticism और एक होती है constructive criticism. Constructive
Hmm.
criticism is always welcome to make myself better as an artist, but honestly लोगों का काम है कहना, especially पाकिस्तान में, and people just need a reason.
Everywhere,
People
I
just
guess everywhere.
need कि मैं कुछ कह दूं. So honestly, I think when you have those few people in your life who support
Hmm.
you it doesn't matter what anyone else says. It can't bring you down because you have, you know, those few people around you, and that's all that matters. So yeah.
You know, like all the answers that you have been given, or you have been giving right now, they seem so, like, it shows that you have been through a lot and you have learned a lot of things. I don't know why, because they seem very mature.
I have learned a lot. That's true. My friend was telling me, she was like, "Hey, you should just write a book." And I was like, either you're saying that because you're not interested in what I have to say and you're just telling me to go write a book, or you actually think I have something to say. So, yeah.
No,
But
because
the
you
really
have
good
everything,
question.
you have put every emotion, everything that you have felt in your life, every experience in such a beautiful way, with such beautiful words. I think you should write a book.
I mean, Abhi, though I'm just learning. I think there's
Yeah,
so much knowledge to be gained from so many
yeah.
books and stuff. And maybe one day I will. Let's see.
Okay, actually, I have a signature question in my show, and that is, what is that thing that keeps you bright in the darkest of times?
Working out.
Oh, short and simple. Pilates and gym.
Yeah, yoga, the gym. Abhi to gym nahi ja sakti khair, but my room is a gym now. And yeah, that's one thing that has consistently been there. Because you don't need anyone and you just have yourself and your mat, and that's all you need.
Okay. Sheherzade, last question in serious category I have is that you have a degree in political science, you have been acting, you have been doing stand-up comedies, you are doing modeling for different brands, you are doing yoga, and you are now an instructor. What do you want to do in your life? What's your plan?
Everything. No, the thing with me is I am interested in so many different things, and then मुझे खुद भी I realize that I don't have to be, doing just one thing, but to narrow it down, my goal is to pursue acting and, act in web series, serials, films, short films, all of that. And comedy and all of those things just go along with it. So that's the one big thing. And yeah, let's see how I reach
Let's see
there.
how it turns out.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I have few questions. Like, this is the last segment we're going to do. These are like 14 to 15 questions, and you have only 5 minutes to answer them. And you can be witty about them. You can be honest. Please be honest. And you can give them, give the answers in a fun way.
Okay, what if I give really long answers? That's my problem.
Okay,
I'll
still
try
you
to make it
try
short.
to
I'll try to keep it short.
okay. Okay. Noor, what is the biggest misconception about theater and actors?
That they're bad.
Are they?
That it's a dishonorable profession.
Okay. Yeah, it is. It is. What's your
It's
schedule these
not,
days?
it's not,
Oh
but
no,
that's
there is a misconception. I'm saying there's a misconception, but it is not. It is not. I myself am an actor somehow, sometimes. So I can understand how does that feel. What's your schedule these days?
my schedule these days is waking up not as early as I'd like, making my breakfast, reading, listening to music, some podcasts, then working out, then making my smoothie. After I work out, then cooking my dinner because I've started cooking myself now because I'm eating healthy. And kabhi kabhi I go out for a drive and FaceTime my friends. So just bahir bhi jati hu garmi khane. So yeah, about it.
Okay, what is that book which you are reading these days?
A New Earth.
A New Earth by.
Eckhart Tolle. I mean, it's
Okay.
called a self-help book, but I'm totally against that label because it's internal development. Self-help just sounds like you have an injury and you need a bandage to fix it. But I think anybody who's
Yeah,
interested,
it sounds like you are damaged and you need help repairing yourself.
like, it's a self-development book. So I think everyone should read
Okay. What is the best advice that your mom has ever given to you?
it. Accept the moment, be kind, and yeah, do what you're good at and enjoy what you do, and you'll reach your destination. Yeah, definitely.
Beautiful, beautiful. Which genre of the movie you prefer watching?
Oh, sorry, your voice was breaking.
which genre of movie you prefer watching?
It depends on my mood.
What?
It depends on my mood.
Okay. The movie that you have, the best movie that you have seen so far. Name three.
Three? Okay, so one thing I'll say, I don't have favorites. So this is a very, very tough question for me, top three. Also, I'm very indecisive. But I will say recent past, I'll say The Graduate. I love Emma Stone, so I'm just gonna put La La Land in there.
Oh,
And
I love Emma Stone too. I love Emma's. Both of the Emma's.
there's this show. It's not a movie. It's called Hollywood. I really enjoyed that.
Hollywood.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah. It's
name
on
of the show.
Netflix.
Okay, I'm going to watch it. Are you in any way related to Samina Peerzada?
Yeah,
You are?
yeah. She's my Thai.
I didn't know that. I thought that was just in my mind.
No. Yeah.
Okay. What is your favorite dish cooked by your mom?
Oh, my mom is such a good cook. Karele keema, tomato paneer. I like vegetables more than like meat and
I
stuff.
don't like vegetables.
And आलू गोश्त चलो एक गोश्त की डिश भी होगी but she is an amazing वो चाय भी बनाए ना तो वो best
Okay. If you were a superhero, which superpower you would have?
the power to travel anywhere so teleport
Teleportation. Okay. Fictional character you would like to spend a day with?
Baji Bombastic.
Well, that would have been my answer actually. That would have actually been my answer.
Okay.
And it would have been so much fun. Okay, I would be moving forward because when it comes to Baji, I actually get into that character somehow. Which irritates you the most?
What quality of
Quality thing, quality in a person,
my
just a
brother,
general thing which irritates you. Bad breath?
my brother.
Oh, so my brother, okay.
He is the one person in the whole world who can irritate me the most. No one else. No one else can top him.
Okay.
Well,
Describe
but
yourself in 3 words.
myself in 3 words. Um, this is not fair.
That's why it's a question.
I'm so. You rapid fire.
Yes, I'm happy. You don't have the answer.
I don't have the answer, honestly. Maybe when I write my book, then I'll send you the 3 words.
I actually have that question in the end, but I will not tell you right now. So, if you go back in time, which era you would have gone to?
I would have gone to the 1920s. No. I would have gone to. I would have gone to the future. Can I go to the future?
But
Okay,
we
no.
don't know what era would that be.
I'd go to the 1960s when this show Mad Men was like the era that Mad Men depicts. I'd go there and I'd solve
Oh,
all their
that is beautiful. Okay, silliest nickname ever given to you?
Khachro.
Huh?
Khachro. My nana nani used to call me Khachro. I don't even know
Kachro,
what it.
what's
I
yeah,
don't
even
know.
I don't know what that means.
I
I
don't
don't know
know.
why it sounds so sweet. Kachro,
I,
Kachro, please
maybe
listen to me, Kachro.
it's something to eat or maybe it's a container. I don't know. But I never understood it and it always and Kaleji. They would call me Kaleji also. और मैं लोगों को अगर मेरा कोई नाम पूछता था तो मैं कहती थी मेरा नाम Kaleji. Literally. Yeah.
I don't know if it's beautiful or it's irritating, but
I
actually it's
don't
sweet.
know. I don't know, but I used to respond to it. So
Okay, you used to respond to Kalechi and Khachru.
Once my mom's friend came over and she said, "आपका क्या नाम है?" वो वैसी तंग करी थी, मैंने कहा कलेजी. Thank you.
So you were like that बचपन से ही, like you had that
Yeah,
witty sparkling humor.
मुझे कोई I was 2 years old and my cousin was telling me a story और मैंने कहा आप मैं आपको story बताती हूँ. I made him sit down and I told him Goldilocks की story. So बचपन से I've been like this thing.
You were a storyteller.
Yeah.
Okay, last question. If you write your autobiography, its name would be
कलेजी.
Kalechi. Masaledar Kalechi. That's actually a nice name. Coming from a Desi culture. It's good.
हो सकता है.
So Sheherzade, this was all the interview which I actually wanted to take, and thank you so much for coming on this show
Thank you so
because
much for having me. This was so much fun, and the questions and everything were so much fun too. So thank you.
I actually kind of put a little bit of effort in it because I wanted to ask you the questions which I actually didn't know because I knew Baji. And first question I wanted to ask you is that what is your name? Is that Sheherzade? It's Sheherzade. So I asked you everything which I wanted to ask, and honestly, that was an honor to have you on this show.
Thank
And
you so much. It was my
all of the answers were quite, you can say, structured, and they were beautiful, honestly. And thank you so much for being on this show.
thank you for
So I'll
having
be
me.
just. I
For
hope you
your,
enjoyed that.
I did. Thank you so much.